And hello everybody, welcome on into the Overwatch Clash Season 10 playoffs here. Our round of 16 has officially gone underway. Last couple days here, we're here with our fourth match. Our number 2 seeded Raccoon Dogs taking on the number 14 seed Wyoming Wunks. I'm Booney. Joining me today is going to be Nave. And Nave, this should be a much more interesting game, I think, that maybe people are giving it credit for. The Wyoming Wunks recently have been a bit of a tear ever since they kind of discovered this Didn't You See Me / Transfect tank lineup.
Yeah, super exciting to see this team in action. I know my team was really scared, not even going to pick them because, teams on hot streaks, regardless, they had a rough earlier start to their season, didn't get to where they wanted, but they've had a really good end to their season coming in here as the 15th seed, and we'll see what they can do here today.
And we give you guys a quick little update on the bracket at home as well. You can see our recent matches have been completed. If you have not all caught up on what just happened today, the Spectres taking home a 3-0 win yesterday. The St. Mary's Marmots taking home a 3-0. And then the Toronto Thunder Chickens in the first upset of our bracket, taking a 3-1 win over the Wan Warriors. So yeah, this side of the bracket is finally getting underway. We got the number 1 seed side going all the way 3 matches, but now finally getting some action on the right side there. But like I said, I'm looking forward to this game. I think that should be interesting. Real Dog, of course, the ball expert. We'll see if Didn't You See Me has an answer for that one, or if maybe Voyager can lock him down. Right now, any predictions early here, Nave, as we start looking at these rosters?
Predictions here. Heading into Numbani, it's one of the stronger maps for Raccoon Dogs, so, if they do well on this map, I think that's going to serve them well in the series. I'm going to predict the Raccoon Dogs to win 3-1. I think the Wunks can get theirs.
I would also probably have to agree with the 3-1 for the Raccoon Dogs. Like, they've just been so strong recently, especially coming off a big win against the Spectres in that last stage to claim a number 2 seed. Could not take down the Pangolins, but they'll have to wait potentially for a Grand Finals rematch should that happen. We're going in here to our first map. It is going to be Numbani, the home playground here for the Raccoon Dogs. Wyoming Wunks not doing anything that teams usually do and banning out that Wrecking Ball. Instead, they're opting for the Ana pick here to ban out Silver Talus. We've seen some crazy TP nade plays here from Raccoon Dogs. Kind of shutting that down here.
Yeah. Looking to see what the Wunks have for us here. It's going to be the Hovering the Mauga for Greg. I'm not sure.
We are in Spawn. We are in Spawn playing around.
Okay, yeah. Going over to the Sigma. Expect to see a lot of the Sigma, maybe the Winston from Greg here in the series. The Wunks, they may be underdogs, but the Chickens are already fighting the first upset of the bracket. They were the one of the lowest seeds in the tournament, so potentially the Wunks definitely have an opportunity here against the Raccoon Dogs. Didn't You See Me over onto the Venture? I wonder if this is also just like...
That would be a Spawn play, I'd assume. Didn't See Me probably going to go over something like a Cassidy or a Bastion. I mean, if they play Venture on Numbani A, it would be surprising, and it is going to be surprising. Sticking with this character here, maybe just trying to just negate any value here from Real Dog, negating the DPS positioning by just going underground and burrowing in on the back line. Knowing the Ana isn't there, they can't get naded, can't get slept, so the Venture, a little more action here in the front line, but Real Dog continues to maintain high ground supremacy here on this Wrecking Ball. Dronified there to match. Didn't See Me is going in the back line, but gets kind of caught out here and might get punished by Dronified and Real Dog on the swing on through, and that Venture's already taken down, already eaten some dust. And right now, the Wyoming Wunks are going to go for a quick reset.
Yeah, what makes this ball comp so difficult is that you have to deal with Dronified on a Sigma Tracer. As they go for a dive in the backline here, supports a little bit of trouble. Dog sticking around for now. Does get the boop on Voyager, not quite enough to get the Sojourn off the map, as they are going to be able to live through that one. Potentially going to walk towards high ground. Didn't You See Me is going to try to pressure this point here. See if they are able to counter him out here.
See what happens here. Siltal's dug on early here, Greg, with an opening pick on the Kiriko. A lot of healing now out of the picture here from the Raccoon Dogs. Potentially a pick here, but just barely able to land that shot is Voyager. As Altair gets away scot-free and Hyperbole Zero is punished. So both supports are down now. Real Dog follows up on that damage. Still, very unfair back and forth. Both teams 3v3 right now, but Greg on the point with the bubble. Trying to get the value from Altair. Dronified forced to recall and blink away as well. Didn't You See Me is on the hunt and finds the pick. So now, a slight advantage here. Again, easily trade right back. It is still 3v3 on this point as spawns are finally coming back for its early pick, but right now you see me on the point, just trying to negate the ball pressure, trying to find anything, but Drone is returning here with a pulse bomb ready to be unleashed, and really no ults on the side for the Wyoming Wunks as the minefield has been placed there for Real Dog, and will slow things down for his return. Voyager has been caught here on the high ground, looking for a slam. Is Real Dog, but can't quite get a swing on through, but the minefield finds the kill regardless. Voyager just jumps right on in. Slips right into a landmine, just taken down. A very slow approach now for Raccoon Dogs on defense, easily taking this fight home and draining even more time off the clock here, Nave.
Yeah, Riddle Dog re-engaging with that minefield so strong. Nobody really from the Wunks able to do anything about it, right? No way to clear the mines in any sort of quick fashion. Didn't you see me? Found a lot of value in that fight. Just able to 1v1 anyone on the side. It's so hard for anyone to take on this venture when they're fighting in these side rooms. But the respawns were good enough. Riddle Dog able to stall just long enough for them to get the respawns and come back here.
Did get about a tick and a half there for the Wyoming Wunks. You see me is here on the engagement, but it has been sought out, has been scouted by Drone Fried. They know the Avengers up there. A nice little use of the consideration on the high ground is going to be easily negated by the dive of the Raccoon Dog. But did you see me Voyager have combined for 2 here? Greg has a Primal Rage here on point as well, playing inside the Casino Rush. Alex has Altair over on the side. TV comes in here from Master Play to keep Greg standing. Altair 1 HP will get taken down here by Greg. And now Greg able to hold on to Primal Rage. And Real Dog just trying to get in for last second tips here. Does find Master Play, so can't quite get the healing down for that Kiriko. Real Dog 1 HP gets just around the corner in time for a Suzu from Silvertile. Does the touch come through? Looks like Real Dog will come in for recontest here, but Lincoln is the target here of Greg. Greg 1 HP in the back end, has Primal Rage, has 3 locked down, but here comes the bubble over on towards Real Dog. They've lost Lincoln in the backline here, and now Voyager recontests here with the help of that overclock, and doesn't get shut down by Drone 5 very easily. Altair comes in with the over protocol over the top, but didn't see me does not say die just yet as Altair and Real Dog combine with the ult on the point. 32 seconds left in the time bank, and 99.7% Real Dog is just there in time for the contest and the final touch. This might be a full hold, looking like it ever so looks to be the case. Miller's play 1 HP here. Nice bubble though from Greg. Real Dog can punish here. Real Dog 1 HP. Do that touch. 10 seconds. They easily have a touch here coming in. Her pose there with that orbital right here as well for last second touches. They only need 1 tick here to get over the finish line, and no ult on the side for the Raccoon Dogs. Here comes that orbital ray. Just slowly moves away over on towards the point, lighting the beacon of victory for the Wyoming Wunks. And now Master Blaze down. Both supports have found the graveyard. The Raccoon Dogs are sent packing. It took all 4 minutes, but the Wyoming Wunks have finally crossed the finish line and got themselves point A of Nambani.
Greg is playing so well on this Winston Overwatch map. 9-0 on this Monkey. Just every single fight able to force out Lincoln, force out Silvertoll's cooldowns. Meanwhile, just surviving the whole time. That juggle there onto Lincoln in that fight, the key difference maker that allowed him to cap here on going into second point now.
Going to second point now, and now Greg can control this high ground a lot more efficiently here on the attacker side compared to Nambani A. If Voyager can get a picker early, could be massive, as well as a lot more angles for DGCM to take. Real Dog's going way behind enemy lines right now, going back towards the spawn around that coastline. Potentially noticing this difference, a lack of a giant spherical area. Oh, Zonified does get around the corner. Is forced to recall, but Voyager gets punished. Trying to peel back for Master Play, but will not survive the initial engagement now, as Real trying to get a spin on in, but can't quite find that final engagement or that final ignition on the rollout. And now Master Play might find the punish on both. Real Dog getting punched out here, getting pushed away. The cart is still slowly moving forward here, Nave, even though the picks are coming in favor of Raccoon Dogs.
Yeah, it's a good hold there for the Raccoon Dogs. So Riddle Dog just buying so much time on point. It's really difficult for this team. As soon as Voyager's down, they don't really have the damage to take down this Wrecking Ball. So he's able to just stall this point, force all the CDs out. Now they can get set up here with the second point defense. 4 ults in hand for the Rome Raccoon Dogs. Kitsune rush first out from Silvertals, but it's going to be matched by Master Play.
They get matched out in here. Voyager slides out in for a pick here with the override protocol, or the overclock, and then the override protocol in the sky. A lot of overrides going on, a lot of overs, but all I'm seeing is unders on kills. No eliminations for always almost coming through. Nothing happens. And still, a slow approach here. Roma Raccoon Dogs. They'll gladly take that. 48 seconds now in the time bank here. Voyager hits a headshot, but not enough for Linkadink to fall. But now here comes DGCM in the backline with the help of the Tectonic Shock. Looking for Lincoln, but gets around the bus just in time. Those rubber tires negate the pressure, but they cannot negate the kills as 3 quick ones come through. Drone trying to help out with the help of the minefield on point, but Real Dog just has to get away to survive. Maybe can Ice here on the Voyager. Gonna get a pick here potentially? No, we'll get the Mega and we'll survive, but the cart will start moving here once again for the Wyoming Wunks.
for all of that, the cart being contested the whole time means that it's going to be a really easy re-engage now for the Raccoon Dogs. Altair swapping over to this Reaper, potentially just trying to ball Greg on this point. Lincoln takes 70% to their own winning bubble here. If they can get that up, that is going to be the go button. They might try to play slow till they get that one.
Dragonfly finding out Didn't in the high ground, but is getting grabbed onto that health pack and not allow that first pitch to come on through. Lincoln is getting punished here as Greg goes in deep looking for the kill, but digs over on towards the point here. Dragonfly now controls the high ground, but Altair down first. The main pressure here for Greg is no longer on the map, and Master Play finds Drona with a nice little kunai to the small Bruce woman's body. And that might be a point B capture here now, as Real Dog is spinning to win on point, but the spinning can only win you so much. Maybe a C9 potential here if you get one little move on through. So it does 1 HP, but a nicely timed Suzu, but Master Play again asserts the differential. Real Dog finally punished for their crimes against humanity. Altair with a touch. Dragonfly has a turn. Dragonfly close to Pulse On. Could be doable here. Has Pulse On ready to be unleashed. Do the drop it. No, they will hold on to it. Linkadink just with a little triple sphere on the corner is going to be all we can say for the stat sheet. Well, point B is gained here by the Wunks, and they have to also push on through.
Yeah, the Wunks don't even mind that there was so much contested overtime. The time couldn't go any lower, and what it allowed them to do is just build up all these ultimates going into third point now. 70%, 77% for Voyager. Greg swapping over to Orisa, potentially just trying to brawl on this point a little bit more. Didn't you see me with this Ventral? It's going to be a big problem for them to deal with. Going to be able to clear out that minefield as soon as Riddle Dog puts it down.
Yeah, looking for early pressure here with Dragonfly. Has that Pulse online. Greg was already forced to use that gold form very earlier, but a nice bubble from Lincoln. But a Suzu is perfect for Master Play to negate the Wu Yang title rush. And now Greg is just holding the front line, marking down Dragonfly with a nice spear. And now here come the Wunks pushing it forward with the helmet Casino Rush. Voyager with another. And the early engagement from the Raccoon Dogs is punished and survived by Master Play with a masterful Suzu.
Greg has found Riddle Dog, who's trying to hide on this high ground. In a lot of trouble is the Orisa, but should be able to survive this one. Altair does get out of it, minefield out, but didn't you see me with this Tectonic Shock, perfectly countering off this minefield, allowing the Wunks to just stay on this point. Greg gets split though. Down goes the Orisa. They will trade out Linkadink, but then with the Kitsune Rush of Silvertall's on point, might just be too much for the Wunks to handle. 10 seconds left, and they're down 3.
Yeah, there were some quick little shotguns there from Altair. Altair is having fun on Main Street there in Mbani, but the supports are not able to touch for the Wunks, and they're going to get just about partway through point C. But honestly, with how well the Raccoon Dogs are holding you on A, you will probably take this if you're the Wunks.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that last fight would have been winnable too. I think Greg, he played so well on attack, but just the mistake there of getting a little bit too split from the team. The rest of the team was kind of playing on point. Greg went back towards, further back towards their spawn, just gets picked off, and that ends their attack. But we've definitely seen a lot greater holds on this map before. Second point, very difficult to cap. First point, very difficult to cap. So definitely winnable for the Wunks.
I think this might be a first. We are seeing a tank in a lobby with the least amount of deaths not named Real Dog. Real Dog has 4, Greg has 2. So, I mean, Greg doing a great job of just surviving, especially once they go like that Reaper Tracer. A lot of pressure is put on that Winston to just survive, and Greg doing a great job of balancing their life with their pressure in with the help of their DPS. Now, I'm kind of questioning the swap from Altair onto the Reaper, because the Emery is looking really good, actually. Just able to control the high ground easier, but the swap to the Reaper was a kind of a last-second touch for the contest, but didn't swap off it, and just we didn't quite see the value I think we were seeing earlier in the map on this Emery or long-range hit scan to kind of deal with Greg a little better.
Yeah, and Altair is going to agree with you. You're going to go swap back? Never mind.
Never mind. They disagree with me.
On the Reaper. So it seems like it wasn't just a touch. I guess they really do like being able to brawl out Greg, but I feel like focusing Greg is just not going to be the win condition with how well they're playing on this Winston. Didn't you see me already fighting Altair in that Mega Room? It's not a fight that the Reaper is going to win, forcing out those cooldowns. Riddle Dog slamming into the high, but the Suzu's there. They should be able to just survive this one.
Bubble negates that extra damage there from Real Dog. Might have found a pick in a Voyager early, but can't quite get it here. Master Play half HP, has to get away. Up in the top left, Hyperbola's there for the peel, but a nice little use of the tech there from Real Dog. Get back up on the high ground, but you can see me is holding down this area with this dig as well. Going up on the support line. Still, a very quick approach here on the rotation now for Raccoon Dog, trying to control his high ground, take it away from the supports. But DCM is holding him at the door right now. They can't quite get through. Now Greg comes back up for the touch, and they just kind of flip the map. They're fine taking this fight here very slowly.
Wunks are doing a
1
fantastic
HP.
job of just surviving here. Riddle Dog really low, gonna be able to survive. Nobody on the Wunks going down despite such low health bars. They're looking to re-engage. Voyager slides back into the high ground though. Gets picked off by Linkadink.
Yeah, the untimely slide there from Voyager to negate the engagement there from the Wrecking Ball, but goes right into Linkadink's crosshairs. And now here comes the picks. DC does find 2. And does get a last second contestant here. It's gonna be tough here as Drone Fried and Real Dog are now on the hunt. But they're probably gonna get a touch here now with Voyager
They
back.
can touch for sure.
And DCB surviving as well is huge. They're gonna have numbers.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5v3 on point for at least for a little bit here. Altair and Silver is now just making their way back, but the Wunks have managed to regain control of this point. Riddle Dog has the minefield, slamming onto Voyager. The Sojourn in a lot of trouble. He's going to go down, so the Raccoon Dogs still have an advantage in this fight.
So advantage Suzu is forced out earlier for Master Play. Sword Tiles does eventually go down, but it's a 2v1 exchange here in favor of the Raccoon Dogs. And Pulse Bomb still online here for Drone and Fried. Looking for that Juno. The B from Lincoln might just seal the deal here on A. Wells Gray's got a matchful use of the Prime Rage here, but just gets stuck with a wristwatch there from Pulse Bomb. The ice is too much. I mean, Greg is still surviving here, but they seem to be finally going down. Voyager has returned the fray with a slow orb. Greg just bouncing the bubble, bouncing their life as best as possibly can, but Real Dog with a nice use of the minefield and the boop to get Greg out of that bubble. Do they have a touch? It does not look like it's going to be the case. And then Consider Rush goes to the wayside as the Raccoon Dogs finally crack open point A, but a good start here for Wunks.
Yeah, not quite the 4-minute hold that the Raccoon Dogs had, but it's definitely pretty good as they make their way into second. They used a lot of ults, but they will still have, coming up on 3 for the defense, actually a little bit of an advantage in the ult department. So once Hyperbola gets up to this orbital ray, could allow them potentially brawl out on this point. Altair hiding in the corner is just going to
gets caught out. Force use that Wraith here early. Can't really go too deep now to help out Road Dog on the contest. But DJCM also falling very low on the other side. Altair going for a flank, but DJCM is going to pick that one out. They know the Reaper's here. They know the Reaper's got no Wraith. They have to back away. And now here comes the tonic shot from DJCM over on towards the point, looking for a pick here. The Suzu from Silver Tiles keeps him standing. DJCM can't find target. Linkadink is breaking ankles out here. Linkadink gets around the corner and survives. Now Voyager is going to invest in this overclock, but in the consideration from Silver Tiles is be tough. But finds the pick on a Drone Fried. Can't build left percent of that pulse bomb. Altair finding Voyager and Masterplay in Hyper 0. 1 HP get away from the ulting Reaper, but still, it's 2 for 2 exchange. DCM on the point here looking for a contest on the Reaper on the Kyrie, but Real Dog is holding the doors, not allowing anybody through for the Wyoming Wunks. Just DCM against Silver Tiles on the point. Suzu does come in here, and now here comes the reinforcements. Just underground in time as DCM, but does not get the belt pack. They are going to probably survive.
Suzu bubble in time, and now they can re-engage with this orbital ray. Riddle Dog going proactive with this minefield. Greg slamming on point, trying to touch Pulse Bomb on the floor. Doesn't connect, but they can't keep the Winston alive. So no one here to touch Voyager once again with the headshot onto Dronified, keeping the fight even. But Riddle Dog slamming huge on point. Hyperbola hits into one of the mines, in a lot of trouble. Gonna go down, and it should be the Wyoming Wunks. Maybe though Voyager finds another.
DCM is doing a good job just balancing their life on this point, but Silver Tiles finally shuts that one down. That's little Kun out of the dome there of our former MVP. And now Greg 1 HP can't quite build the last percentage of that Primal Rage. Voyager slides in for another pick for the stat sheet maybe, but that's all they're going to write there for the Wyoming Wunks B defense. And now 3.5 minutes to get just to the end of point C here as the Raccoon Dogs are going to start their attack here on C. Much better look on the attack side of B.
Greg going to swap over to the Orisa again here on the third point. Not liking this Winston on the more, flatter, brawl-focused side here of Numbani. Potentially could be the difference maker. Riddle Dog already having another minefield. It feels like he has this thing every single fight. It's so difficult for the Wunks to play and hold any sort of space. This golden box of victory, it's not very far. They're already nearing this final corner.
Oh, but Lincoln done early here in the Casino Rush is huge. Greg can just push forward. Greg flying very low. Has to use that Spear Spin to stay alive. Looks like they will do so just that. But they've lost out Hyper on the back line. Here comes Altair with the use of Death Blossom. Finds nothing. Real Dog got the kills in regardless. Real Dog with yet another minefield. Real Dog with 3 this fight. Looking for a 4K. Real Dog, the captain, coming alive. The contest will probably come through here for Dingy. Simi has the dig over onto this point, but now 1.54 meters all separate them in victory. Voyager using the overclock and spawn, but not enough. The mines are too good from Real Dog. And that's going to be I got to check, though. And yes, Greg did good on 7, and Real Dog still with 4 deaths. 42 and 4 for Real Dog. As Nimbani goes the way of the Rome Raccoon dogs. It does get a little spice there towards the end, but Rome Raccoon showed why this is their best map.
Showing why they chose to go to Numbani for map 1. Real Dog just putting on an absolute clinic on this Wrecking Ball play of the game. Just beautiful stuff. You know, the Rome Raccoon dogs, they've really built their entire identity around this Wrecking Ball pick, and it's worked so well for them throughout the season, and they're looking to continue that success going into playoffs, already with 1 map win.
With 1 map win on their belt, the Wyoming Wunks have yet to play their quote-unquote trap card they've been hyping up all week, the DNGCB tank comp. We'll see where we go for map 2, and if we see that comp on their side, don't go anywhere. Overwatch Clash playoffs continue after a short little break. And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 10, Round of 16. Wyoming, Wunks, and Raccoon Dogs. Raccoon Dogs taking their home turf of Numbani to take the series. But honestly, that was one of the closer Numbani's I've seen from Raccoon Dogs. That team is usually like notorious for like a full hold and like a 5-minute cap on A. So Wunks will make it close, but now we're going over on the Circuit Royale. Raccoon Dogs are going to make the Wise ban here, bang out that Sigma, and Wunks will respond with the Widow ban for Altair not allowing them to play their main there on this map. As in terms of the rosters, we are going to see a bit of swap-ups here. Don Walker comes in for that DPS role over Drone Fried, and Transfect in on the tank role for Greg. So we're probably going to see Don Wegler on this May here, Altair on some sort of long-range scan, that Emre perhaps, or that Sojourn, we will see. But everything else will stay exactly the same for both these teams.
I think the Sig ban from the Raccoon Dogs might have been kind of baited by the Wunks, obviously knowing that Greg wants to play this Sigma on the map. But the Wunks are more than happy to play Transflect on Ramatra with this Sigma banned. It allows them to sub in Transflect, and now going into map 3, they don't have to have any playtime requirements. They could have Gregan or Transflect in, giving the Wunks a lot of options.
Yeah, the Wunks are going to have a lot of options here. You know, as a tank player, Nave, how is the ball on Circle Royale? I know that, like, your real dog is GOAT, but the ball's a little tough here. So probably like forcing some kind of Orisa into a Ram mirror, potentially ban that Sigma out.
Yeah, I think there's really 2 tanks in the game that are pretty unplayable on this map, and that's Winston and Wrecking Ball. There's just nowhere for the tanks to stage any of their dives. This Wrecking Ball would kind of just be doing nothing most of the time. And so, you know, we could see the Ramatra. I'm expecting maybe the Orisa out of Riddle Dog. We've seen that when they go to like their brawl look or anything really that isn't Wrecking Ball, that they lean into this Orisa.
I know that we had R's from the Wunks and the Prods, so potentially something going on with the Raccoon Dogs. I'll see if there's any match chat. Doesn't look like there is, but let's see. With the Ramatra coming in here, didn't you see me? Do they stick on that Venture? Because the NCC Venture is finding some value, honestly, on the last move of Numbani, or do you see some sort of like double hit scan? Because Voyager is going to play either Emre or Sojourn. We saw how excellent they can be on that hard run hit scan. What are your expectations for the Wunks, and what adaptations they need to make? Because it was a close map at some points, but other times they got rolled over. So what do we need to see from the Wunks to make it an even series 1-1?
Well, I think one of the biggest issues on the first map was that Hyperbola was just kind of being fed to the wolves, so to speak, into that ball, into that Tracer dive.
Oh, dear God.
Didn't really do much to keep that Juno alive. And just swapping over to this map, right, it's a lot easier for Hyperbola to just live. We are going to see Riddle Dog rolling out on the Ramatra, actually, with Silvertall's on the Alari. Didn't you see me? Is hovering the Bastion here. This is something I thought we would see. One of the Didn't You See Me's kind of pocket picks, you would say, potentially the Cat Bastion here. We saw the Cadavers play this yesterday to very little success. We'll see if the Wunks have a little more success with it here.
I wanted to check if Real Dog has played Ramatra this season, because I've seen a lot of Rissa and Ball from him. He has, in fact, actually played 1,400 seconds of it. So it has been a character he selects so far this season, but pairing up with Don Wegler on the May, it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, the Castion comes out now for the Bastion. Over DGC comes in over the top, looking for a turret, potentially getting marked up, but getting caught in the wall. Okay, eventually goes over here. Swordtal's 1 HP. Swordtal's does get away at just the last second here, but a lot of positioning now being gained by the Raccoon or from the Remy Wunks, as you see, forces Real Dog back just a couple seconds or a couple steps.
Yeah, and they do the smart thing of dropping down the Bastion. Once they got the value they needed of taking that space, you can just drop the Bastion and have him play, more front to back. Regardless of whether the Cat's in play, Bastion is still so much pressure onto Riddle Dog. Dongwagler, no block here, in a lot of trouble, and Voyager's going to get the first pick for the Wunks.
Yeah, great opening pick now. Dongwagler's gone, so now Transfer can go very aggressive there with this next form. No fear of the May wall, but flying very low. Sotel's putting a lot of damage and pressure in on towards Transflect, but now DNC flying over top. A lot of critical members from Raccoon Dogs as the form is being used by DNC and finds Altair midair. And now here comes Transflect, just walking him on down. The support is trying to pump Real Dog with as much healing as possible, but just might not be enough here, as a cap is going to come through here in a couple seconds. They get one more last second touch from Don Wegler, but can't even use a block in time as Voyager finds a headshot with the bow and takes down Don Wegler. So a great opening here now for the Wyoming Wunks as they got 5 minutes here in the bank, and now here come the swaps for Raccoon Dogs.
Yeah, once again, just super smart play there by Master Play, and didn't you see me? He just goes with the form on the ground, and Master Play using that E, just to keep the Bastion alive, allowing him to swing, get that first pick, and they convert it here. 4.5, over 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Going into second, Riddle Dog swapping over to the Ramatra as Silvertall is using Captain Sun first here. It's nothing though,
It's nothing, and Voyager finds a headshot midair. Now Riddle Dog's gonna get kidnapped in the back line, but the picks are here for the Raccoon Dogs as Don Wagler and Riddle Dog combine for multiple. That's gonna be a 4K for the duo right there. I had to check as well. Riddle Dog has played 135 seconds of Mauga, so we are seeing history here, folks. We're seeing the 3rd minute of the Riddle Dog Mauga.
Yeah, and this Mauga definitely counter comp for this Cat Bastion. The idea is you just burn this Cat mid-air, make it really difficult for them to just fly around in open space. But we'll see how it does into the double hit scan of this Bastion plus the Sojourn here. Hyperbola has this beam transflected with the Annihilation. Eventually gonna be the go button, but it's actually Liquidate going first. Well, already with the pick on Master Play.
I was trying to see if Ducey was going to do something, but man is just going on an adventure behind the scenes. He's still back there. He did not see a single enemy on his reticle that entire fight. But
the same thing happened last fight, though. Didn't you see me? Just kind of played in the stairwell. And that was one of the big things that allowed... Oh, he's ulting here. He's probably swapping. I imagine. Yeah. The passive play from Didn't You See Me the last 2 fights was not really great. That the first fight where Riddle Dog was on the Mauga, Didn't You See Me was still just kind of sitting in those stairs and allowed Dongwaggler to just go uncontested with their own Bastion form. But now they're going to swap over to the Mei, so we kind of swapped. One team has the Bastion, the other team has the Mei now. Overclock though first from Altair.
Yeah, Altair here, the overclock trying to find A targets, but Transmix falling very low here, has to pop in that Annihilation to survive. Real Dog falling very weak, but has to run back to get back to the squadron and get Hilderon right up. Still, Strongwell here looking for engagement here with the use of that art. The airstrike coming on in here. The cage from Real Dog as well does not block him on in, but the block is just well enough to keep him standing, and now Voyager finds the pick. All the ults being dunked right now, but the picks are going the way of the Wyoming Wunks, and they're going to have Master Play with the Kusuno Rush here as well.
Oh,
Real Dog is caught. Real Dog is caught in the wall. Right in the middle, Kusuno does not have the escape cools now, and Linkadink will get sent back to spawn, and the swap over on the Mei does very well there, and they're going to cap point B here on Circuit Royale. Do the Raccoon Dog respawn with more swaps here. Yes, Real Dog will go back onto the Ramatra, but Dong will stick over on this Bastion rather than mirror the Mei from Didn't You See Me.
Crucially here, Didn't You See Me has the Blizzard. There's no Kiriko on the side of the Raccoon Dogs, so there's absolutely no way for them to stop this Blizzard. They're all walking him high. Didn't You See Me's hiding in the corner. They have no idea that he's here. He's going to go for it early. It's going to hit everybody.
It hits everybody in a nice wall as well. They've got nothing to survive this as Transmit just continues to walk him on down. The cart will continue to move, and now the staggers are coming. Altair, or that's me, Silvertall's actually just trying to 1v3 on the coastline. It's not going to come to fruition. And that was the one all you had to play with.
Yeah, what a heads-up play by Didn't You See Me. Just absolutely brought the Raccoon Dogs into a trap, triggered it, killed everybody, and now they have this position on the high ground. Voyager, with this overclock, could be really hard for the Raccoon Dogs to walk into as Dongwaggler's already down.
Just caught in the middle of that turret form, and now the wall on the gate. The charge shot here from Altair. Altair looking for a pick to bring it back, but here comes Silvertall's over the top. Voyager responding with the use of that overclock, but gets taken down by Linkadink. Annihilation from Transflict over on towards the point here. Cart continues to move, but the health bars are not going to favor the Wyoming Wunks right now. They just get melted and pelted over on towards this point, and that's a lot of ult invested for not a lot of gain there. The Wunks are sent back to spawn, and Raccoon Dogs begin to stabilize.
Yeah, Transflict may want that one back. Just a little bit too late to save that fight. Master Play, the next closest for the Wunks, only 64% on this Kitsune Rush, and Linkadink has the orbital ray in hand, and probably by the time this Kitsune Rush comes up, Dongwaggler, Riddle Dog, and Altair probably going to have their ultimates available. So the Wunks, a long way to go here on this map, despite so little distance left to cap.
Yeah, they're just going to go hard in the corner here, looking for an early pick. Over on towards the side. Cart lays still, despite over on the high ground for now. Didn't see me. It's going to make their way over on the cart here. Maybe try to force them down, or at least get some more progress going. They're going to fight this here up on the high ground, but they already know this.
Didn't You See Me?
G3 does eventually go away, but Donwire forces the turtle form here as well. So cooldown exchange going the waiver of the Wyoming Wunks, and they're going to have the Casino Rush over on this high ground, but the Alter Give is too much here for Raccoon Dogs. We shall see where they go in more force. They're going to have Linkadink with this over Ray, but you see this 1v1 Linkadink on point. They find this pick over
Riddle
on.
Dog drops!
They've lost Dong, but Link still has the over Ray ready to go on point, and Dong can still use the ult from the spawn, but Linkadink just gets around the corner in time as Voyager can't find the pick. Overclock here from Alter on the high ground. Just gonna get matched with Dawnwagger using their artillery strike in the spawn. Linkadink down. We have Lori lost 2 for the Wyoming Wunks, and now the artillery strike missiles are coming on in. They're still exchanging 1-for-1 here, but the spawn's heavily favoring the Raccoon Dogs. Transflight just gets some for the stat sheet, and then you see me can get staggered out a little bit, and not gonna quite get that full cap, but they are gonna have the Blizzard ready to go.
Yeah, that was the hard fight for the Wunks, right? 4 ultimates available for the Raccoon Dogs. They used 3 of them, only Riddle Dog holding on to this Annihilation. Silvertails 80% to their own Captive Sun, but 3 ults now available, and once again, the Blizzard from Didn't You See Me. They're just going to force point here, Blizzard. It's impossible for anyone on the Raccoon Dogs to play into it. We'll see if they go that way. Instead, it's looking like they're going to fight for this high ground, potentially, with this beam of Hyperbola.
Yeah, we'll see. It could be a mistake on the positioning here. Voyager gets caught out, just gets around the corner in time, and now the Blizzard comes out here on the Real Dog, pops out that Annihilation. The Blizzard does not freeze him up. The LOS is massive there. Voyager does find Altair, so pick going the way of the Wunks as move the way on the point. They have over to Ray. They're going to head transfer the Annihilation, but here comes Real Dog from the top ropes, looking for a pick, but a nice wall. Ice Real Dog, but here comes Silvertails with the Captain Sun. Doesn't find any procs, does not transfer, finds 2. Making a 3rd there for the superstar tank player for the Wyoming Wunks. And the wall, Dawnwagger just makes a slow little waddle around, but can't quite get there in time, and gets 1 pick at the end. But that's going to be a full cap here for the Wunks. They get just over the finish line at the end, despite an orthodox use of their Blizzard on top.
They do get it done in the end. After that point A cap, you imagine that they could have finished with maybe a little bit more time on the clock, but the Wunks certainly happy to get the map done at all here into the Raccoon Dogs. And now this defense, I imagine Didn't You See Me is going to stay on this May, and I think it's going to be even better on defense for the Wunks.
Yeah, I would definitely be inclined to agree here. We've been mind controlled to play Bastion on all of 3rd. Yeah, I would have liked to see Dawnwagger probably swap back over on the May to match Didn't You See Me, just because of the wall utility. Transflight to be able to hold so much more space for Voyager as well. But yeah, going back on the attack side to this May, not wanting to play as Bastion no more. That same thing look here for the Wunks that we saw towards the end of their attack side. Altair will go over on the Hanzui here rather than playing that Sojourn, so a lot less pressure on this Remonstrant transfer, but just way more pick potential. Probably trying to break this one open, and they're going full spam here with Dawnwagger on that Centrafara. It is just going to be tough here for DC to find too much value on this May if Dawnwagger does manage to swap back over onto this Pharah. See what the play is here for the attack side of Raccoon Dogs, but right now Transflect is just Aurora farming in the corner down there, looking like Piccolo up on the high ground. Yeah, they're just going to hold this corner.
And once again, though, no Kiriko for Silvertails, instead staying on this Iliari. So Didn't You See Me is going to have free Blizzards, should be fight wins every single time that get that up. Now, as soon as I say that, Silvertails is going to swap over to the Kiriko, so just ignore everything I said in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, we're going to get a full mirror here, but Voyager open things up right now. They're early picking a nice wall on a Real Dog. Will force the form early. Transfight, though, gets kind of caught out here. Big Zeus are exchanged on either side. Dawnwagger on cart, trying to survive as long as possible they can. But right now, Zeus is blocked here fairly early. They see with a nice little advantage on the Blizzard charge. Nice wall, though, exchange here for both these Mays. The Ramontrans can't do too much here. Voyager on the high ground trying to find anything, but just playing around this corner right now, waiting for an early engagement, waiting for Altair to find a pick or two. As Wunks just continue to hold this space, hold this corner. They're not allowing any pressure on through, any progress to come on. Didn't You See Me might get caught out here in the block. Both Mays are exchanging blocks. A big Suzu, but Master Play trying to keep Transmite standing here in the form will do so. Shields are exchanged and forbs more as well. As right now, just a really slow back and forth affair of cooldowns being exchanged and nothing really happening, as Wunks will go back to this next corner and play for next.
Yeah, the slow play, though, does benefit the Raccoon Dogs
down
until Didn't You See Me gets another pick. Headshot into the dome with Silvertails, crucially picking up that Kiriko. Dawnwaggler now no block, both Blizzards out on point. Riddle Dog gonna get frozen, as well as Dawnwaggler. This should be enough here for Didn't You See Me. 2K with the Blizzard, and Transflight had to use the Annihilation, but they will still hold the corner.
Yeah, but Transfect also investing in that Annihilation there in the Blizzard, so a big advantage now for Raccoon Dogs coming in next. They're going to have Real Dog with that ultimate. Masterplay does have a slight advantage though in the Casino Rush compared to Zero Dogs because late swap. So this could be a nice little exchange. I mean, Altair is struggling to find anything here. Only 40% on the ult charge so far in 2 minutes on this Sojourn. Just can't quite find the angles as the Wunks are playing their corners very well right now.
Yeah, just looking at the stats, Voyager has just had a better map so far than Altair. More damage, more kills, less deaths. So certainly the difference maker here as they go with the overclock and immediately finding the headshot in the Linkadink. Another on his Silvertals. Voyager is just having himself a day.
Yeah, Voyager just going crazy right there in the Casino Rush there, knowing they had that advantage because of the late swap from Silvertals. And Sodas also, did they kit jacks?
They didn't kit jacks, it was out on point.
Okay, I did not see it. It must have been overtaken. But yeah, we're going to have both Rays here, but Real Dog has to be the hero. The captain has to come huge once again with this Annihilation on this point. Trying to get in here, but Hyperbole Zero could go faster with these over the Ray. They could get a second fight here on A if they do go early and fight now in the underpass. DCB is holding the corner, does not want to get any more space towards Real Dog. Over the Ray to open things up, and DCB falls with the block online still. Great opening pick there from Silvertals on DCB, the bitter revenge for last fight, and Real Dog able to hold on. Annihilation is massive for Raccoon Dogs.
Both teams had the exact same idea there. They wanted to swing the corner with their Ray, but didn't you see me just went slightly ahead of the timing of Hyperbola, so they look like an idiot as they swing on point alone and just get picked off. First cap coming through here now, but it was a really good hold for the Wunks, so it's only 3 minutes and second now for the Raccoon Dogs.
Yeah, that's where a lot of defenses make their bacon here on Circuit Royale, but Real Dog still having an issue because we have a snowball. Altair with this overclock as well on the high ground has vision to find the shots and land them, but just getting around the corner just in time is going to be the walk by Hyperbole caught out. Altair finds the angle they needed and takes down the Juno, so no more speed rate for disengage either as Real Dog can go big here in the front line, knowing that no disengagement tool. DCB trying to bid around the corner here for the use of this Blizzard, but will not do so. Transfect has now matched Real Dog with Annihilation. Form is forced here early from Real Dog, trying to maintain space. The wall comes out here, forces out Transfect to use theirs. The Blizzards are exchanged here, but Real Dog caught. Using Annihilation. Both Rams annihilate into a Blizzard and just do nothing with it. But Voyager finding two with the overclock is all they needed for the Wunks to bring it back here. Altair slides on into the DMs, but gets rejected and blocked right back to the spawn room doors as Voyager cleans things up with a 3K.
Seems to be the classic counterplay in this series. Whenever you get Blizzard on Ram, use Annihilation. Not sure I agree with that choice, but you know, Transflict has done it multiple times, and both times they won the fight. So really, you can't be too mad about it. They had an ultimate advantage to play with, and still, despite using a lot of ults there, it's rush for rush, so no actual advantage for the Raccoon Dogs.
Seems to be 1 HP. Dawnwalker going around the corner and find the early pick, but they're just going to use the rush early here, try to force some more time on the blank. They're going to do just that. Just walk him on down as Hyperbola sends in that little torpedo up from the high ground here, but Silvertails with a much later rush, much better timed here on the recontest. But Real Dog, Altair slides up to the high ground. But Wunks disengage for well enough, but do not get Master Play out alive. So down this Kiri, it's going to be tough here. Silvertails 1 HP, will survive here, and finds the pick anyway. Would draw an off angle. Altair gonna master one over here. Altair finding the pill, but Linkadink with the torpedoes finds one on the back. And the cart is moving that entire time. And we're probably gonna get a cap here on B here for Raccoon Dogs with the team still on spawn.
Yeah, crucially they're not able to contest that cart, so Transflict should not be able to touch this one. The slow coming up from Middle Dog just to secure it. Though, the Wunks, they do get the advantage if they choose to hold this choke. Transflict though backing up, I think it's a huge misplay. This is one of the hardest chokes in the game to push through, and the Wunks are just going to give it up for free.
Especially when you have that May online, and the way Dangerous land these walls is huge for you to get that one through. Dangerous on the high ground is trying to force it. Altair, but Altair wins the 1v1 on top. So down this May, no more walls for Real Dog to worry about. Real Dog going to push on forward with no fear whatsoever. Has Annihilation still up right in line, ready to go, but they're walking in with the use of this overclock here as well. Altair, the Suzu from Silvertails keeps them standing. Hyperbole Zero popping in the over array just to sting all this high ground and not allow them on through. It will do so. And Silvertails is down. Voyager finds the pick and still has overclock ready to go.
Or the Wunks there on the high ground, and now they can just sit in this window behind the Ram shield and just shoot whoever's on cart. Make it so they can't really force this one any further. Dawnwalker is still kind of split here with the Blizzard in hand. I imagine he's going to throw it down. when Transflect or the rest of the Wunks choose to walk, but didn't you see me 5% away for their own Blizzard, probably with the same idea.
And both these Mays just are not allowing any of them to get any progress on this cart. DNCB does fall very low here, has that Foreman time, but here comes the Blizzards from both sides right now. Freezes to come up through, Transflect dies in it, with Annihilation still ready to go. Voyager with an overclock has to be a hero here, but just slides on back towards the spawn room doors. All they can really do is survive and play for last fight here on the point. Voyager 4-3 HP in a dream. But now, walking in both support elements here for the Raccoon Dogs. They can't quite get the stuff in the doors, but they find the picks they need. Both portals are on the cart here now for Raccoon Dogs, and they find the kills they need, and they're going to have a better time bank here, about 35 seconds, 36 make that actually. And now Raccoon Dogs with advantage.
Yeah, I think the big difference maker on third point there is just giving up the space. If they had held, even if they just all died on cart there, you know, at the start of third, hold them for an extra 10 seconds, it allows them to not only burn some time off there, but also they would have had another fight at the end there with their Kitsune Rush in hand. Transflect probably would have saved their own annihilation, so it would have been winnable for the Wunks. Instead, the Raccoon Dogs going to finish with a 36-second lead, and the Wunks are going to go on attack again.
Because, I mean, like you were saying there, we saw them play back, try to play their more open angles for Voyager, but at the same time, that meant that Altair got free space and found the pick on DNCB. So you're playing slow, you're giving them space, and now you're also losing time on the respawns. So a great adjustment there for the Raccoon Dogs. After point A struggles, making the way quickly through point B and point C to end with a better time bank. And looks like they go back to the same comp here that they had on their attack side. Take a quick peek at the stats here, though, real quick for everybody at home. We see that Hyperbole is doing a much better job on this map with the ball not in play of staying alive. Only 5 deaths here, lowest in the lobby. But and also 15k healing on the Juno. Keeping up here with Linkadink and surviving a lot more. So good bounce back here for Hyperbole 0. But now we saw that Altair was struggling, but Altair has come alive and started to match up Voyager, having more elims. Not quite as much damage, but they were shooting him out at one point here for Voyager, so we'll give them the advantage there. We'll call it a draw. But still a very slow approach right now here for the Wyoming Wunks, looking for a wall here. Wall comes out from Dawnwalker, doesn't isolate anybody, so now a slight advantage now for the Wunks if they choose to push it. Oh, dodge!
Yeah.
Okay.
Altair, though, just in the middle of the street, inexplicable from them, just getting caught out by Didn't You See Me. Once again, this first pick for the Wunks. Riddle Dog still holding this corner, but if the Wunks are smart, they're going to push their advantage. Absolutely, Dongwaggler caught out, no block, in a lot of trouble as this May.
But has the wall to get away? Do they get away? Do they get out of this? It looks like they will. They somehow get away. That's scot-free. Does force us some cooldowns, but you'll definitely take your mace to be alive here in this fight for that one. Silver also a slight advantage here on the Kitsune Rush charge. A lot of teams going very accurate back and forth here for the alt charge. Very even. Wall from Dawnwaggler. It does come out here early, so didn't see me with another advantage. And Voyager find another pick on a Linkadink. So no more speed for disengagement now as Roadlog is isolated in the corner. Susan Forrest and Roadlog just throws up on the point. Roadlog 1 HP gets taken down. The torpedoes from Hyperbole 0 finding some early damage here on the cart. Dawnwaggers there with Voyagers also ready for some cleanup. And that's going to just be point A going the way the Wyoming Wunks off the back of the DPS heroics and early picks.
Yeah, Didn't You See Me there, choosing the Deep Freeze perk, able to get the freeze onto Riddle Dog. Of course, when you take that, the other perk, the block perk, you know, you're giving up some of the damage, so Dongwaggler are actually able to get the ultimate first, but the freeze on the Ramatra did enough for them to win that fight out as they move into second, coming up on almost 5 ultimates. If the Wunks choose to play slow like they have been this whole map, they're going to be able to get to those. Instead, they go for an early Kitsune Rush.
I mean, you just buy more space, you're buying more cart push for the use of this. And then you can probably build this Didn't You See Me's use of the Blizzard here. But Master plays down! That was the one person on your team that didn't have an ult. Blizzard comes out here early. Real Dog is going to get frozen up here potentially, and the Blizzard does not do so, does survive, and now here comes Wiggler with one of their own, and Transflect taken down, and we're going to stop. This meta is not working. They're ulting into the Blizzard. It's not working. And here comes the picks, and then the Raccoon Dogs are going to hold, but they got the cart all the way up towards the top of the hill for the Wyoming Wunks. Definitely dual situation for him.
Yes, absolutely winnable. Wunks, you have to be so happy with that attack. Getting it just to the end of first is winnable. Certainly capping first and then getting all the way to the top of the hill. The cart made it to the corner, so it's basically 3 fights that the Raccoon Dogs have to win. This extra 30 seconds is going to mean nothing in the end, so their advantage just not going to be able to convert to anything. If they win this map, it's going to have to be through a similar level of snowball that the Wunks had, finding those first picks, finding those early ults, and we'll see if they can do that here.
I mean, if you are the Wunks, you can just play for a dump if you want, honestly. And with how good your A defense was last time, you have no problem whatsoever taking a close hold here, getting that time out the bank. You probably, if you hold on that corner, you'll get that 30 seconds back, the 36 seconds disadvantage back. And I mean, I said going in that attack side that Alter caught up to Voyager, but Voyager on that attack side said, hold my beer, and just went nuclear in a couple of those fights to get the Wunks over onto A. And Alter is going to start on the Hanzo here, maybe going for a quick Sonic to check things out and dropping on back, because we saw the Hanzo not quite find the picks they needed the last time they pulled this one out. The Soldier's looking way better here for Alter.
Yeah, I think they're potentially just going to go out on this side door looking for a Sonic, just to see if the Wunks are planning anything funny. Just going to throw that one up, not able to scout out anything, and should swap back over to the Sojourn. We do see Didn't You See Me and Transfact playing on this front corner. I like this a lot. Just force this cart, make it so that even if you lose someone in the back, you just play this corner, force this 30 seconds time bank to go down. Suzu already forced by Silvertals, so it's a good start for the Wunks.
Yeah, it could be a great start for him here, actually. He's looking for a pick here, but Voyager flying very low, hits a headshot and Altair mid-slide. Both Soldiers forced to retreat for now. Shields are exchanged for the Mouches on the high ground, but a nice wall from Donwaga will isolate over, but a better wall from DJC isolate Real Dog right on back. Again, the same song and dance saw last time on the attack side for the Raccoon Dogs, is they can't really just push on through. Donwaga has to cheat right now. No blocks playing behind this cart. Transflect gonna get walled off here, wasn't it? But no block, gets taken down early. An early pick there onto the May, and now here come the snowballs. Raccoon Dogs forced it back in spawn. Voyager slides in for looking for a pick, but he will not do so. But again, a minute not off the bank. 36 seconds all they had. That was their advantage there. So I guess it all paid off in the end because you're overfight off of it.
And, you know, there's a huge ult advantage too for side of the Wunks. Master play 10% on this Kitsune Rush. Voyager 20% on the overclock. And Didn't You See Me 20, almost 30% ahead of Dongwaggler. This Blizzard could just end the map as soon as they get it. 96, 97, Kitsune Rush first. Blizzard soon to follow.
And they're just going to run in knowing they have this advantage here. Dongwaggler forced a block on the point. Does Dongwaggler get out? The nice little wall there to isolate them away. And now the Blizzard, though, comes on in. So Silvertals trying to do something here with the use of the Kitsune Rush, but now here comes the annihilation on both sides as Transflect just continues to pummel down Real Dog. The wall is masterful there from Didn't You See Me, and now Voyager looks for the final cleanup there with the overclock online. Altair 4% away. Do they get in time? Altair down! Finding the pick over to Voyager. Altair with two. Altair in the back is two. Even exchange though, both teams losing two people, but the spawns are going to be huge now for the Raccoon Dogs as they're going to push on through. Real Dog able to hold on Annihilation here as well, and this could be a fumble if they don't get out here soon.
Once they thought it was over, they invested absolutely everything to end that one there, but the Raccoon Dogs, with the tenacity to survive that one, still with two ults in the back pocket now. Riddle Dog and Dongwaggler could be, just what they need. First point, though, it's still going to be two fights for the Wunks. They have one fight in the first and another on the second. Hyperbola coming up on this orbital ray, and if Didn't You See Me could build a second Blizzard, Transflect once again also 40% to their own annihilation, maybe they could build it in time.
You'll see here Altair caught out on a corner, another wall there, isolates Transflect, but they're going to engage in here with the orbital ray, looking for anything here. Wall comes up, but here comes the Blizzard from Dongwaggler. Dongwaggler forced to block, but Transflect just throws on up. A good Zeus from Master Play, though, keeps him standing, and the orbital ray healing is going to be enough here. Did you see me frozen up on the point here? Dongwaggler is going to wall off and isolate the May, gets caught up in the corner, and just gets sucked down by Real Dog. And Real Dog, once again, holding on to Annihilation as long as possibly can, and they're going to get it overtime. But they still can't quite force Annihilation out of Real Dog just yet. And the ult still coming back for Raccoon Dogs. Still, big advantage here inside of the Blizzard and Annihilation and the Kitsune Rush here for the Wunks. It's definitely doable here. Last fight territory.
Hyperbola needs to be careful not to get staggered here. Trying to get out the wall from Didn't You See Me should be just enough to keep that Juno alive. Transflect, Didn't You See Me so close to their ultimates. Master play 80% to their own. Riddle Dog with the Annihilation in hand. If the fight goes long enough, Silvertals will get their own Kitsune Rush online. Wunks, one last chance here. This is it for the map. Will the Wunks be able to take this one or the Roma Raccoon Dogs going to go up 2-0 in the series.
Oh, did you see me force a block here very early on the point? Now what you want to see, but a Blizzard on the point. Gonna lock down Lincoln. They can take the Juno down. Real Dog down here as well. Transflex still. Annihilation online, ready to go. Master play with a Zuzu. They keep didn't see me standing. And now here comes the Annihilation from Transflex. Unfortunately, the Blizzard comes online just in time for Dawn Walker, but does not have the block in time. And the one-hit Wunks are going to even this series up 1-1. And we got ourselves a game.
This time, Transflect, the Annihilation in the Blizzard, is just what the Wunks needed to clean up the map, and they take us to a map 3, tied 1-1.
And that was the Sig ban here as well. So a big tool now out of the pocket here for the Rome Raccoon Dogs going forward in this series. But yeah, didn't you see me, playing the Bastion early in that map, but swapping it over onto this Mei was looking fantastic. I know you personally were really enjoying that Mei gameplay. But we'll see where we go for map 3 after this. Rome Raccoon Dogs are now reeling a little bit here. We haven't seen them struggle this hard in a while. Do they have the resource to come back and bounce back for a lead? We'll see. Sorry, break. Don't go anywhere. Overwatch Clash continues after this short little break.
These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it. These beats are the purest. Prove it, prove it.
And welcome everybody to the Overwatch Clash Season 10, Round of 16. Match here between the Raccoon Dogs and the Wyoming Wunks. You guys have a tie game 1-1 here going into Esperanza. And we, they're saying in the bans here are questionable, actually, for Silne. Do you agree with chat that the bans might be questionable?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about these. Raccoon Dogs banning Hazard is absolutely some ball knowledge. Didn't You See Me tank has been something that the Wunks have been kind of hyping up for this series, and the Hazard is something that they absolutely would have been playing. So potentially trying to keep Didn't You See Me on DPS is the idea. But this Wyoming ban from the Wunks, I think, makes a lot less sense. We have seen Linkadink play Wyoming in the past, but that was on, more standard hybrid maps, such as Numbani. And now we just see Linkadink going over to this Lucio instead.
We had someone getting some spankings there in the spawn room from the Raccoon Dogs, getting them back in the game. I also love your statement, guys. We gotta keep Didn't You See Me in DPS. I don't think it's ever been a statement ever said or altered. But yep, gonna go over to Cassidy here to try to better deal with this Wrecking Ball. Transflect will be on this Diva. Knowing the Wu Yang is banned, we'll see where the engagement initially going to come in here. Real Dog is kind of caught out here with Drone Fried. Or Voyager going to mark out Real Dog and force the Wrecking Ball away for a second here, as Transflect is holding this Main Street area. And DC finding Drone Fried early. Good start here for the Wunks, as Real Dog has now lost her dive partner. Can't really go too deep here. Has to back away and play a bit slow as a card starts to move here for Wunks.
Yeah, Riddle Dog still just trying to contest this card as long as possible, but taking a lot of damage quite early. Just forced back. Didn't You See Me putting so much pressure? Voyager as well on this Tracer. Hinder onto Riddle Dog, so in a lot of trouble. Voyager chasing him down. Just gonna be able to get the kill.
Yeah, great start here for the Wyoming Wunks. They fought the 2 picks they needed. They got the 2 stragglers in the dive area. Now Dronerified is up top looking for an early pick here. We can get marked out as they start to push forward. Did You See Me continue to walk forward here, trying just to try to stop Real Dog from spawn. Looks like just holding this area down, not allowing Wrecking Dog to get into any space whatsoever. We have a split approach now for the Raccoon Dogs. The Real Dog does slam on Hyperbole Zero. Hyperbole Zero is in trouble here. The Juno goes down. The Wunks have lost both their supports. And now it's going to be the Raccoon Dogs taking the bot right back and pushing on forward. Super Tells with multiple here in this fight. Transflect also out of the mech here. Put out of the misery here quickly.
Yeah, I imagine the Raccoon Dogs are going to go back to their strategy that worked so well for them on map number 1, is focus out this Juno, trying to get that first pick onto Hyperbola. If they can do that, they're going to look to have the same success they did on Numbani. I like this comp swap up, though, from the Wunks, playing this cast, playing this Diva. Instead of going for their own dive, they're more just trying to counter out Riddle Dog, making sure that this Wrecking Ball can't find as much value. Slam in early, does catch only Transflict, though.
Voyager and Droneify both forced to use that recall on point. Droneify putting the pulse bomb down, not gonna find anything but pay dirt there. Cart just getting under the overpass here, but I mean, they're just doing a good job stalling this card out, not allowing it to get too much progress, trying to force a fight on the point here. Knowing Voyager's got pulse bomb, Dangerous Team wants to take this fight on low ground. Cart is now in favor here for the Wunks. Pulse bomb goes wide here from Voyager as well. So both pulses not finding anything. Droneify finds the first pick on a Hyperbola 0. Linkadink is getting trashed down, but doesn't find the kill. Droneify goes right in the high noon. So for a 1-for-1 exchange, and Cart still here for the Wunks, pushing it forward. Real Dog with the minefield. Isis, Did You See Me, and Master Play over on the side, but can't quite find the final bit of damage there. Has to retreat. Master Play gets away scot-free in this small room. And the Cart's still here for the Wunks on their side of the map. Real Dog 1 HP. Real Dog is down. Gets tracked on in. Linkadink holding on the beat here, looking for a movement. But it's just going to hold on to the high ground, still in favor. Altair with the nano clock. Goes in the backline, finds her purple 0. Can't quite build the last percentage of that over to Ray, and Altair finds 2. Altair coming alive here. Linkadink 1 HP does get away. Matchplay slides on in with the help of the Suzuki Transmix standing, but Silver Talons returned to the spawn room. Altair's 21 HP, and now here comes Voyager. Voyager's coming online. Voyager wants this checkpoint. But they're going up against Real Dog and Linkadink. Linkadink still with this beat online should they need it here. They are going to retreat knowing they have better spawn, knowing they have the numbers coming back from spawn. And they'll allow Real Dog get a little more pushing on this cart for now. But they're going to recontest it right at the main street.
And crucially, Silvertoes on this Ana is so slow to walk back. So it's 5 members of the Wunks already here. Silvertoes not quite back. So they're able to maintain control of this bridge. So hard now for the Raccoon Dogs to go back into it. But Linkadink playing first pick on Voyager is huge.
Finds first pick here. Casino on the high ground here for Master Play. But the cart is being stolen right on back. So negating this ultimate here from Master Play is massive now for the Raccoon Dogs. Linkadink with a 5-man beat as well to push him forward, trying to get any progress made on this cart. Pulse bomb from Droneify, not gonna find anything there as Dangerous slides away from that one. Hits him with that little roll behind Purple 0 again, caught on the backline by this Wrecking Ball. But Real Dog might get punished for this. Has to retreat for now. Linkadink kind of caught out here. Loses a tough spot. Gets away. No, there's not. Voyager follows that one up. And the Pulse bomb stick around towards Real Dog. Voyager with multiple here once again. High noon from Didn't You See Me. Trying to find a pick on towards Drona, but not going to quite get it just yet. Drona is 1 HP, getting help with Silver Talons on the back line. But again, down your Real Dog. You can't really push too far here.
Yeah, Didn't You See Me, Voyager? They're just holding this low ground underneath the bridge. It's impossible for Droneify to make any sort of progress on them there. Hyperbola is back now. So all 5 members of the Wunks still alive. Anthony down to Didn't You See Me has to be careful. Is going to be able to slide away from that one. And Voyager has stolen in the cart in the meantime.
Yeah, we're gonna need to wait here for Transmute to build up towards that mech. But Hyperbola gets caught out on a double DPS dive and taken down. They get the mech back in time here, but Cart is still at this underpass. They can't seem to break through it, being the Raccoon Dogs. They have the ult to do so just now.
Dropping.
So Tells drops here. Oh, the slide on through finds Voyager from Real Dog, but still with the Diva on the point. The minefield is forced to be used right now. Master Play staying alive here with the help of the TP and the Suzu, and with the backing of Triunshima. Droneify from the top ropes find that early pick here over on the Kiriko, and now with the mech down, it's going to be tough for the side of the Wunks to make this work. I mean, GCB trying to find anything here. Does get the bleed kill on towards Linkadink, but that's probably going to be a checkpoint here and lead for Raccoon Dogs at the end of the day.
Yeah, Voyager's still here, but it's not going to be able to contest that push bot. It's going to make it to the checkpoint. The Raccoon Dogs, for the first time here on East Bronzo, are going to have the lead, and they're able to just set up Altair Silvertals on this bridge. It's one of the strongest positions in the map, and the Wunks no longer have the ability to just hide and play slow like they were. Now they have to play aggressive and try to get this lead back.
A lot of ult on both sides. We need to help Hyperbola 0 either use it over to Ray or survive, because we've had this for a very long time now, and that Ray is not finding any value sitting in your back pocket. Pulse bomb from Droneify, not gonna find anything. Droneify going down to 1 HP. Does find Droneify from Didn't You See Me, so a good opening pick here Down your Juno, gonna chase one back. Real Dog is half HP. Might get punished here. Transfer going deep up on the high ground here. But Altair has the nano overclock again here. Master play with the Kusuna Rush is not enough to survive into this absurd amount of damage. The hinder in the pulse mode shuts down the nano overclock. That's massive here. And now Transfight with the bomb on point. Drone fight won't be forced to recall. Didn't see me is also one. But numbers are favoring now the side of the Wyoming Wunks with Transflex still in the fight. Didn't see me has to get back for heals.
Yeah, but for the first time in a while, Hyperbole is able to walk up and safely get into this fight.
And we still have Ray.
The Wunks, they still have Ray, but that means that Didn't You See Me with this ult on the high ground now? It's just going to force Real Dog off. He has to give that one up. Cap comes through. We're tied. And now with the Ray in the back pocket, it's going to make it really hard for the Raccoon Dogs to play into this
and they
one.
get lead.
Hyperbole needs to be careful. They actually get the lead, too, like you said. So now, with this lead, Wunks can just play slow with another pick from Didn't You See Me.
That was a little nasty. All right, let's get a Ray going. Let's get a Ray going right through this choke right now. Let's get a Ray going. Let's get a Ray going. Can we get a Ray going? Right now, can you get a Ray going? Be a great time. Get a Ray going.
Nope.
Come on. This would be a great time to use it. There we go.
And here comes Didn't You See Me gonna be able to survive, and Riddle Dog goes down right after they use the minefield beat from Linkadick. She's not gonna be there.
Oh, big pro from Silver Tiles though. And a huge sleep as well on the dropping master play. Real Dog clean things up here with the resetting on towards the minefield there. Real Dog coming out clutch there, but once again they got lead and they got good spawn here. Master play is going to get it here as well, so we're gonna have a 5-man engagement. And the Silver Tiles does get caught out here a little bit.
Careful. They're up pretty far ahead of their team. Should be okay. Trying to just contest this card. Riddle in a lot of trouble. Dronerfied has stolen the bot. If the Wunks aren't careful, they're gonna get the lead.
Oh, Voyager finds both supports with the pulse bomb! Mr. MVP himself, if you haven't cast your vote just yet, you might want to reconsider what we're watching right now. As the bot will get back here. But Voyager has just been nasty this series. And now a woman in the bank.
Yeah, every single time I've seen Voyager play Tracer this season for the Wunks, they've been a difference maker. And once again here on Esperanza, they've been the difference maker. Looking for more in the backline. Nano boost onto Altair. Overclock in hand. Raccoon Dog trying to pull it back.
Here comes the override. They're going to invest the bomb into here as well. Transfight in front of the Nano overclock. Might want that one back. But you are walking into last fight territory here. With 20 seconds left on the time bank, you have the slight lead. You're going to have your Kusuna Rush. But Voyager's not going to get good spawn. That's a bad stagger there. And that's going to be a 4v5 on the cart here. Raccoon Dogs might just clutch this one out. Drone fight landed pulse him. It's just days.
We'll see, though. Kitsune Rush, the only advantage that the Wunks have going for their master play. Pressure to literally, though, force the Suzu. Widow Dog does be careful. Pulse on the floor. Didn't you see me going to rock that one away? And now,
Transfer lost the mech.
No bomb available. Overtime now. High noon, the last thing for Didn't You See Me, but it's just not going to be enough.
And that's a Raccoon Dogs clutch right there. Just the final hour, getting it over the finish line.
Devastating for the Wunks in that map. It felt like they had found a good counter to the ball. Didn't You See Me? Voyager were just playing fantastic the whole time. But in the end, the Raccoon Dogs do just enough to win this map 3 and take themselves to match point.
Oh, what a play of the game right there from Real Dog. Guys, someday if you practice really hard, you can get that good too. Yeah, Raccoon Dogs are now at match point here, set themselves in the next round, but Wunks are trying to fight this one back and bring it to map 5. We'll see where we go from map 4 after this short little break. Do not go anywhere. Overwatch class continues after this. And welcome back, everybody, to Overwatch Clash Season 10, round of 16 matchup here between the Rome Raccoon Dogs and the Wyoming Wunks. The Rome Raccoon Dogs showing that clutch gene, why they are the number 2 seed in our playoffs right now. Coming back on Esperanza, down quite a few meters there at the end. And you know, we were talking in the break that the Wyoming Bang might come back to haunt them, but Chad's kind of making a point, like, who was calling the ultimates there for the Wyoming Wunks? Because it was so doable, but they just dumped ults at seemingly the wrong time.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it, especially that the bomb from Transflect into that nano clock from Altair. You know, it just didn't really seem like the right time for it. The Wonks, they definitely had all the opportunity to win the map, but instead, they're on potentially their last map of the season. They will take us to New Junk City, and Greg has to come back in, as well as Dongwaggler in for Dronafried and Transflect respectively. Greg, I imagine, might stick to the Sigma that they've played so much this season. Potentially could see the comp that was popularized by the Koreans with the Sigma and the Mizuki on this map, but with the made ban, and I don't really know who the Mizuki player on the Wunks is, I'm interested to see what they're going to play here.
Yeah, we'll see what the ban does come through. And we were also talking to the Wyoming ban, going back to that. Like, if you want to play the Didn't You See Me tank comp, which is what seemed to be their idea, they want to put Didn't You See Me on Hazard. Why would you not ban the ball? Because you're not at that point 1-1. That's like your last guaranteed good choice, right? And on Esperanza, you ban that ball, go up 2-1 in the series maybe if you play that Didn't You See Me at Hazard comp. But you kind of got counterplayed there by banning the Wu Yang, leaving Raccoon Dogs with that ability to get rid of that tank and shut that down. Because we, like you said, we might go the entire series not seeing this fabled secret weapon that the Wonks are talking about all week with Did You See Me on tank. And that could just come down to bans and map selection, and honestly could bite them in the butt here if they're not able to clutch out here. But this is a map, very enclosed area, and we saw on Circle Royale, the Wonks looking really good in that kind of situation, so might be hoping for a bit of a repeat, holding on that ball ban from map 5. But, yeah.
And it kind of goes the other way,
but
though,
also,
right?
But also now, because then if they win, Raccoon Dogs just pick ban first, and they ban a tank, and they can still play ball. Why would you not ban ball last map? Oh my god. Okay.
Crucially, though, the one thing that the Wunks would have going for them that is in that map 5, which would be Koth, ball would be available most likely would they ban out the tank, but they could always put Didn't You See Me on tank for that map 5 with the hazard ban not available, so maybe that tank ban from the Raccoon Dogs doesn't really find any value. So
yeah, but it just protects the ball. It just protects
the ball, but it doesn't also ban out the hazard in the same time, right? So, you know, potentially then Didn't You See Me would have the hazard available. The ban from the Raccoon Dogs doesn't do anything, and the Wunks would have basically a free ban on either, you know, a DPS or a support, whatever they want to go with. But it looks like we're finally going to get into map here soon. The Raccoon Dogs up 2-1, trying to close out the series. I imagine Riddle Dog they might play this ball, but they also could go back to the Ramatra that they played on map 2.
Or the Orisa. We've seen a lot of Orisa from Real Dogs entire season, and it has been sort of their best secondary option. Like, we haven't seen, I guess we had seen a little bit of the Ram. We saw 2 minutes of the Malga, and we saw like another 2 minutes of the Malga until they swapped back to the Ramatra. But I think that we're just going on in here. Yeah, Fish also with a decent point here. Like, we're banning the Mei when we know Dongwaggler has to play on DPS on a really enclosed, close quarters map. So honestly, I would have liked to see them keep that open. Maybe keep the Mei ban for map 5 should they plan to go there. No, bans are not flipped. Bans are not flipped. The Wyoming Wonks banned Juno.
No, they are flipped.
They are flipped?
Yes, they are flipped. The Wyoming Wonks did not ban. The Wyoming Wonks banned Mei, and the Raccoon Dogs banned Juno because they know Hyperbola has been playing mostly Juno this season.
All right, well, you lied to me, so we'll get that flipped real quick.
Oh,
give me a second.
my fault.
Bang. Flipped. They're all good. But yeah, Real Dog is going to be on this Orisa here. A very slow
Greg
approach right
actually
now.
gonna
Just kind of
mirror
running
the Orisa
away. It's up to Dom Wegler to try to find something on this far here in this very enclosed area. Point one, because Digicimi is going to have the angles they need on this Cassidy. But a nice shot from Altair, forcing the Cassidy away for a couple seconds here. Hyperbole Zero trying to pump their Russo full of healing. But Mastermind getting caught out. 1 HP, will survive, but just the last second. Suzu forced out early here from Sortals as well, but Greg falling very low on the side. They have to survive. They cannot fall here. They had to use that golden and that spear. Neither team playing for point right now as Dom Wegler controls the space. As both DPS trying to find an early pick. Dom Wegler 1 HP and finds the pick from Voyager. So down the Pharah. Now point control can go the way of the Wunks, and Greg moves their way down, and DCB continues to maintain the high ground control.
Yeah, I was surprised Voyager didn't go to the point as soon as it unlocked, but it didn't matter in the end as the Wunks are up 1. Silvertall is forced to use that Suzu. Gonna get the first cap for the Wunks, but Riddle Dog looking in the back, trying to get Didn't You See Me. The kite is there though. And so the Wunks now have the point.
Oh, Real Dog is chasing. I mean, Voyager will be able to contest for a couple of seconds here to try to keep the point in favor of the Wunks, but Real Dog finding 2 in this fight with the spears. Coming up huge for his squad once again. Looking for another. Sotel's going to steal that one at the end of the day, but they're just going to try to keep this point for as long as possibly can here. Real Dog, knowing the target is probably going to be the Kiriko on the high ground. Greg has the use of Terror Surge, but we'll hold on to it here for next fight. As that just comes down to Real Dog find the first pick they needed there with DCB not having the speed to get out.
Yeah, but honestly, if you're Wunks, you're super happy. They turned 1 kill, 1 singular kill, into 51% on this first flashpoint, and now they're coming up with 5 ultimates. So the Wunks definitely in a very good position here on the arena. Hyperbola coming up with this Coalescence might be the go button. Linky Dink with a really fast beat, though, could be the huge difference. Casino Rush match for both times to start the fight, though.
Pulse Bump from Voyager goes go wide here. Real Dog finding the opening picked on it. You just see me with the help of the burn from Dom Wegler on the on-run coming on in. Greg? Use the Terror Surge down 3. Interesting. Use the ultimate there and we'll go down. And this probably going to be point A going the way here of the Rome Raccoon Dogs, just taking that fight early and aggressively, knowing they had a bit of an ult advantage.
Now, I think the Wunks are going to get one last touch here, Voyager, on this Tracer. There's not going to be really any way to stop them from getting the touch underneath. If they go that way, though, and that's first pick from onto Silvertall's, the Wunks definitely going to try to fight this one out.
Yeah, Silvertall's down, overclock from Altair is there and gets shut down, but didn't see me. Dom Wegler trying to win the 1v1 here on point. Doesn't get the beat and will not win the 1v1, but Voyager gonna burn to death! Voyager burns to death on run! With the burn
Greg
coming
gets
through.
the point in time. It's a 4v2 for the Wunks in this fight. Doesn't matter that Voyager goes down. The rest of the Raccoon Dogs sent running, as now the Wunks, they're able to get the flip. They got the beat out from Lincoln Dink as well. So it's only this Vermilion Assault from Dom Wegler available for the Raccoon Dogs.
Oh, didn't see me is trying to bait out a use of spear for this high noon. We saw him in the right-hand corner, just puking or sneaking his way around. Don't know why I said that, but anyway, the spear comes through here from Greg, forces Real Dog back a little bit. Suzu from Master Play is here, but here comes Dom Wegler with the ultimate on run, but will survive this little engagement with a chicken down. Voyager finds the kill. The flip is here for Raccoon Dogs. Is a touch here for the Wunks. It will come through just in time. Lincoln did get caught though in the high noon. Now the 5v3 on this point here for the Wunks, but Silvertall is trying to even things out here close to that Kasunia rush. And again, Silvertall finds 3! And now it's 2v2 on point.
2v2 on point.
Pulse Bump goes white here for Voyager. It's the Kiriko's, but Dom Wegler comes back and Silvertall's with a 4K on the points. We'll bring them home. Rome Raccoon Dogs riding the back of Silvertall's. Able to build up that Casino Rush here as well. A clutch from the, I guess, the first round pick there. Just when they needed it.
Yeah, what a clutch up from the Kiriko of the Raccoon Dogs. Now going over to the Junkyard. They have both the Terra Search plus this Casino Rush in hand and already first control over this point once it unlocks in 6 seconds. So it's very difficult for the Wunks to try to play into this defense. They're set up on this high ground. Both Casino Rushes out. The point's unlocked. The Raccoon Dogs looking to cap it.
Greg pulls him on in, try to get it canceled there on the Coalescence from Real Dog with that spear, but does not quite land in time. And now the Coalescence will keep the team standing. Damage Ray thrown over on towards Altair's side, but Altair slides out. Hold on. The Rome Raccoon Dogs have found 2 right back. Sotals gets the TP away in a small room, but Greg is still there and still standing. But they're Sotals again! finds the pick. Silvertails and Dawnwalker survive that entire fight somehow, and are gonna win this one out. The Raccoon Dogs cannot be stopped right now. This clutch from Silvertails is just immaculate.
It doesn't matter that Riddle Dog threw their life away at the start of that fight, just rushing in towards that coalescence of Hyperbola. Silvertails plus Altair, the heroics, absolutely winning them this map. And now, 3 ults in hand. There's really not much for the Wunks. Pulse Bomb from Voyager has to come up huge if they want to have any chance in this fight.
Currently poking and prodding here from the right-hand side. Dawnwalker does go back and finds the Voyager. Has CP out, but can survive the skill orb from on the corner from Hyperbola Zero. Takes on the on-run. Another early pick here on Dawnwagler. Pulse is still in hand from Voyager. The beat there from Lincoln Dink to push Real Dog forward. Altair holds on the overclock here as well in the high ground. The stick is there on the Lincoln Dink. Altair 1 HP, but finds a shot anyway on the Voyager. Now has the overclock with recontest. Slides on in and finds the early damage here. A nice spear to shut this down, but still going, still staying. DHCB can't find the pick. Now Greg with the pull on the point. Real Dog behind the shield just in time to stay alive. Dawnwalker has returned as well. Has the res online should they need it. DHCB find Dawnwalker, but Dawnwalker has the resurrection just in time. Here it comes. It's a 3v4 on point here in favor of the Raccoon Dogs with Silvertails with that Casino Rush here. And now the kills are coming. DHCB only gets 1 on the backside, but again, that's just for the stat sheet. And the Raccoon Dogs are now 1 point away here on Flashpoint of taking this series home.
Every single time in this map where the Wunks get the advantage at the start of the fight, it means nothing. Silvertails always able to turn it around. The Raccoon Dogs find the second point. As we do got a little bit of a pause here. Not really sure what the cause of this one is. Hopefully it can be resolved shortly.
Yeah, not sure what's going on here for this pause, but we can take a quick peek at the stats here, though, just for fun. Riddle is replacing his headphone batteries mid-map on the Arista. Love to see that.
16-1 for Silvertails. Absolutely dominant.
Yeah, it's and with 12k healing as well on the side. Like, it's not like just they're DPSing. They're getting it all done. But
as we do, yeah, we're going to be going back in. The Wunks, they're down 2-0 on Flashpoint. They're going to have to reverse sweep to keep themselves in this series, to keep their season alive. Or is this going to be the end for them? Raccoon Dogs looking to take this one 3-0, looking to move on into that round of 8. We'll see as we move over to the Ducks.
And the swaps here for the Ramatra as well as the Reaper for Dingy and Greg, respectively. Masterplay has advantage here in the Casino Rush because they used it last second there to clip that final point from Raccoon Dogs. Dawnwalker again falling very low early in the fight, but does have the way to get away here. Casino Rush does come out. Here's Real Dog is very weak, but the suits from Silvertails will keep them standing for a couple more seconds here. With Terror Switch also online, Lincoln Dink falls. And it looks like the Raccoon Dogs are just going to concede this early flip.
Yeah, if there's one thing the Wunks have been doing a fantastic job of throughout this entire series is just getting these first picks. It hasn't been this map, but pretty much every single map, the Wunks are always able to catch someone from the Raccoon Dogs slacking. And now, if they can convert those first picks into fight wins, it's exactly what they need. Voyager falling so low, though. Didn't you see me as well? In a lot of trouble.
Hyperbola Zero finds Dawnwalker. Good start here. Terror Switch comes through. Greg might get caught out. They will fall. It's a 1-point exchange, but now Altair's in the back line and finds a pick over on towards Voyager. So down here on run, no problem here for Raccoon Dogs as they're going to get these picks here and get the flip.
Yeah, very similar story to the first point where the Wunks, they're able to get the first cap off of some early picks converted over to 60%. So good start for them here, but now they need to re-engage into both support ults as well as this overclock from Altair. Didn't you see me? Despite swapping over to the Reaper just this point already, has this Death Blossom online, looking to catch out probably Altair, perhaps Silvertails as well in the backline.
See where Dynasty has to go with this one. Only ult with Hyperbola. Has a coalescence as well for the recontest, re-engagement. An early Wraithborn is forced out Didn't You See Me, so that might slow things down on initial engagement. Huge stretch out from Silvertails. Greg just falling so low, taking so much damage. The Sousa comes out though. Here comes Greg. Going on down, Didn't See Me, can't quite find the kills they need in the Casino Rush and the beat on top of it all. Real Dog is unstoppable on their Rissa. They cannot melt the horse down and send him to that glue factory. And team from Didn't See Me getting caught up by Altair here. Might could fall down. Master Play staggered out. These staggers are devastating here for the Wunks. This might just be their series. This might just be their season.
The Raccoon Dogs pushing up, looking for these last kills. They're not able to find Didn't You See Me. He will be able to get this last touch here on the Reaper. Teleporting onto point now, 99%. Gonna have one more fight in them. Do the Wunks have any magic left? Or the Raccoon Dog's gonna get it done. Didn't You See Me already down? There has to be another touch. Greg has the just got the touch before Riddle Dog managed to pull him up. Once again on the point. Vermilion Assault from Dongwaggler out, trying to look for some sort of target. They're kind of split, not able to find anyone.
It finds Voyager, burns Voyager. And then with the Casino on point, has to be huge here. Greg has Annihilation here. We could see a clutch. Hold on, the Wunks are not done just yet. Real Dog on the point, critical HP. Dongwaggler getting hunted down by Didn't See Me on this Tracer. Greg with the Annihilation on the point. They're trying to bring us home for the squad. The captain has to clutch up. Real Dog is critical on the point. The different angles here from Didn't See Me. And Didn't See Me finds two here on the return on this Tracer. Dongwaggler striking out a little bit. Finds the kill over on towards Greg, but the numbers heavily favoring the Wunks right now, and they might just get this done. It's 3 on the point against 2. The respawn's coming through here for the Raccoon Dogs, but they might just concede this one. It looks like they are doing so. Actually, Lincoln coming for a touch. They're gonna get it.
Is gonna be able to get there. Last second, Didn't You See Me in a lot of trouble, a lot of pressure. They're gonna find the first pick, so there's gonna be one more fight. Greg back on the Doomfist. The Wunks have a one-man advantage. With Silver Toes 97% to the Kitsune Rush.
So Tal's unleashed it here on the point here. We'll see if they can have it. They find Didn't See Me in the back end, and now Greg getting bullied in the corner here. They're not gonna get it. They got it in the last second for the touch, but now Altair will send them packing with the overclock, finding 2 with the ultimate. And that will be the series. The Raccoon Dogs take home a 3-1 victory over the Wyoming Wunks. And the Wunks will have to save the Didn't See Me tank comp secret weapon for next season as their reign of terror in the lower bracket ends here.
Respectable effort from the Wunks. They definitely did not look like a team that came from the bottom division. They've put so much work in these last few weeks of the season, pushing the Raccoon Dogs really to the limit here on 3 of the maps. You know, this last map, not as close as they would like, but they still have to be, you know, respected for the effort that they put out here. But the Raccoon Dogs, they get their first win on the board, moving on to the round of 8.
Yeah, very good start here for the Raccoon Dogs. The clutch gene showing up there multiple times at the series. You know, easy to win a 3-0, but much harder to take this 3-1. Could have been a 3-2 regardless of either side, but just these clutch moments at the end showing them that they do belong here at the top of our bracket, as they will face the winner of the Gouda Gouda Goats and the Luxies game. That could be a banger of a series. But with that being said, we got to give ourselves a match MVP for this one for the Raccoon Dogs. And it might be recency bias, but it's hard to not want to nominate Silver Towels for just the takeover of Map 4.
I mean, it wasn't just map 4 though. Silver Tulls on map number 3, I felt like had a lot of impact on that Ana in a comp that is very difficult to play Ana into. It felt like some members of the Raccoon Dogs struggled on various maps. You know, it felt like Brittle maybe didn't have the best Circuit Royale. Maybe Linky Dink was falling into some trouble as well. But it felt like Silver Tulls really throughout the entire series just managed to find value on every single map and absolutely played lights out on map number 4.
Go ahead and bring them in here for a quick little interview to discuss their team's victory and the round of 16. And there they are. Congratulations on the win, Silver Towels, and a 3-1 win and match MVP here. Just initial thoughts coming in after that game. Very close one.
Oh yeah, it was pretty close. It was a fun game. I really enjoyed playing that game.
What you got, Nave?
Oh, sorry. I didn't have a question lined up. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well,
I got one.
Yeah. So coming into this series, you know, the Wyoming Wunks had this sort of idea of the Didn't See Me tank composition being the secret weapon. On that Esperanza, did you guys like expect the Didn't See Me comp to come out there and knowing that the hazard ban should be the play to go, or was the hazard ban just for fun? Like, did you know the Didn't See Me tank was coming?
I think Altair was talking about how they might play Didn't You See Me tank on that map. They might have played it in the past. I'm not quite sure. But then after that, I was like, we could just ban Hazard because Didn't has a does have a really good Hazard. So, and that would be kind of annoying, especially for the comp that we kind of want to run, especially since he'd be able to just quickly be able to get a kill on me if I play Ana or something like that. So I think it was the better ban. We had other ideas, but it took us a while to remember that Didn't can also play tank, and they've been experimenting a lot with that as well. And we went with the Hazard ban.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, looking forward into your next matchup in the quarterfinals, you guys are going to play the winner of the Goo Goo Goats versus the Little Rock Luxies. Do you have a team out of those two that you would rather face? Who do you think is going to win that match? Just how do you feel going into the next round of playoffs?
I mean, I feel pretty good going next round of playoffs. I think we've been on like I'd say like a pretty good streak so far recently. I'm not sure who I would really rather play. No matter what, I just want to have a fun game against whoever I play against. So, I don't really have an opinion on that, but if I had to say, maybe I could see the Gouda Goats maybe be able to pull this one out. But I think with the new trade that the Luxies had with the Void Fiber, maybe they'll be able to upset something. We haven't seen too much of it yet. So maybe they got something going on there.
Yeah, maybe they do, and we'll have to wait and see. But it's been a long day at Overwatch for us here, so we'll go ahead and give you one last question before I send you back to some of your squad. If you could have a match MVP today in your round of 16 victory, who on your team would it be and why?
Honestly, I'm gonna give it to everyone. I think played very well on their team, but I'm gonna give it to Altair. Helped me clutch out that very first point of New Junk City. It was me and him on that point. It was scary, but we clutched it up, and also those nano overclocks on Esperanto were huge.
Yeah, huge plays all around for you guys all around the squad. So congrats again on the 3-1 win, and we hope to see you again here soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you for prodding. Bye
No
bye.
problem. Well, Nave, we got ourselves a close game. We both said 3-1 Raccoon Dogs, though, so we might just be prognosticators, but unfortunately for the Wunks, it ends here. They had a good run towards the end of the season. I think we've had a lot of these games kind of come up where these teams made kind of runs at the end, but unfortunately just running into those top squads that have just been refined through absolute hellfire at these top stages, the entire season can't quite live up to it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what the Roma Raccoon Dogs have for us going forward into playoffs. It seems like a super dangerous team. Of course, the Riddle Dog Ball been fantastic all season, but really looked fantastic today on this Orisa as well. Super dominant. In fact, out of all the maps, you would say that has been the least close. It was the one where Riddle Dog was on the Orisa. So super excited to see more of that going forward.
Yeah, and of course, with that being said, we have to give a quick little salute to the Wyoming Wunks for a good comeback and a great season. Hope to see you guys back here next year. But with that being said, for Nave, I've been Booney. This has been Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash, Season 10, Round of 16 matchups. We have a lot of games tomorrow, so hopefully we get some of those projects for you guys, or at least some personal streams going. We do have 2 going. It's the Plus Ultra Penguins, the Fierce Firebenders, and the Mariantes and Astronauts, both at 7 o'clock. So we will let you guys know what the plan is for that. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great rest of your evening, and don't get eliminated.